Hi, I'm Matt Dolphin, and this is a video to show you how to use Infusionsoft or Keap to send an email to your clients with a simple survey that asks them a question and gives them a couple links to click, and then to run some different automation based on which link they click in that email. Let's take a look. Okay, the simplest way that I know how to do a survey and then run different automations is with the email link clicked goal. It's quite a mouthful, and it's right over here in the campaign tool. So your email link clicked goal. And what we have over here in the rest of the canvas is a pre-built campaign that's available for free within the marketplace. And it's a good model for how to do this. Now this is a client survey, is the template example that we have here, but this can be used in so many different parts of your business. It could be used to ask a prospect, when are you hoping to purchase? Within the next week, within the next month, within the next quarter. Could also be used to ask them, which product are you most interested in? Product A, B, or C? And here we've got an example that is asking a client for some feedback. Are you satisfied, somewhere in the middle, or dissatisfied? So let's take a look at how this works. So we're going to be sending an email to a client. We're going to ask them a question in that email, and we want them to click a link from a number of choices and then run some automation. Let's first take a look at the email. So the email in here looks like this, and we've got a question and some information here and a question, and then the template comes pre-built with these buttons. I added in some text just to show you that you can also use plain text as well. And all you need to do with this is send each one of these links or each one of these buttons to some place. That could be just a generic thank you page, thanks for your feedback, or you could also send them to a landing page with an open-ended question. So you could say, well, you're satisfied. Tell me why you said you're satisfied, or you're dissatisfied. Well, tell me why. So you can modify that a little bit, but the main thing is it just needs to be a link to somewhere. So that's what I've done here. We've got a link for each one of these bits of text here, each one of these three options, and I've also got links set up for the buttons as well. Now you pick one or the other. You're not going to use both of them, but depending on what style you've got, you could use buttons or you could use text. You could also use images, I suppose, as well. So once you've got your question, you've got your three or so options that you're going to have them pick, and you've linked somewhere, then you're done with that. Your email is done. And so the next step is, now how do we run automation off of that? Well, that's with the email link clicked goal. So we've got a different link clicked goal. Boy, what a tongue twister. We've got a different goal here for each one of our options, and then we've got a different follow-up sequence for each of those. And let's look at how we're going to set those up. So inside of here, our first option on either one is going to go to option A. All right. And the second one, we're going to option B. And the third one, we're heading off to option C. So as long as someone clicks one of these, like I said, you probably would only use buttons or only use text, but as long as they click this one, they're going to head off to C. That's it. It's pretty simple, pretty easy to set up. However, there's a big caveat. As long as your contact is within this campaign, so let's say they're in a follow-up over here for option A, it's possible that they could go back to this email over here and click another link. And then what happens? Well, they're going to get bumped over here too. So now they're in two sequences at once. That may be what you want. If you're asking them what product are you most interested in, A, B, or C, and they pick A and B, or A, B, and C, well, good for you. I mean, you've got a customer who wants to buy three things from you. That's great. And you probably would want to send them some additional information on each of those. But what if you're asking them if they're satisfied, and 1 week they're satisfied, and then maybe a week later they have a bad day and they're not satisfied anymore? Well, you probably don't want to be sending them two conflicting messages at once. And so that's the big problem that I see with doing it this way. It may not be a big deal for you in your business. It may be that 1 in 100 clients goes and clicks multiple links, but you need to be aware that it can happen. And so there's a way around this, and I want to show you that next. Here we go. Okay, the way around this is to use what's called a decision diamond. And you'll notice, if you look over here under your campaign tools, there's no decision diamond to be found. That's because it's kind of the hidden feature, I think, of Keap and Infusionsoft that only appears if you connect a goal to 2 different sequences. And you'll notice this little diamond appears. And the same thing happens when you connect a sequence to 2 sequences. If you've got that kind of branching going on, you're going to get a decision diamond that shows up. Let me show you how I'm going to use a decision diamond to run a survey and run different automation after that survey. And most importantly, keep those contacts from selecting multiple options and getting conflicting messages. So the setup's really similar. We're going to have an email. The email is going to have a question with some options in it, and each one of those options is going to have a link. But here's the extra step you need to do within the email. In addition to linking to some landing page or web page, you also want to tag them. So I have a tag here for option A. I have a tag for option B for the second button, and I have a tag for option C for the final button there. So that's an important step. You'll need to tag them within the email. Once you've done that, we're going to have a 1 link clicked goal here. And this goal is going to be satisfied anytime someone clicks any of these. We want the person to be out of the sequence as soon as they've clicked any one of these buttons, or maybe all 3 of them. So they're bumped out, and now you head over to the decision diamond. So we've got a couple options between our goal and the sequences we want to follow up. And you'll notice I have a sequence for A, B, and C, and I created an extra one for folks that voted more than once. Let's take a look at this decision diamond, and I'll show you how this all works. Now this can be a little overwhelming for folks that are not familiar with logic and how computers and things work. If you get overwhelmed, I want you just to reach out to me. I'd be happy to help take a look at what's going on with your campaign and make sure that this works well, because it can get complicated real quick. So here we are. We've got for our sequence A, we want all of the people who, all the contacts who have a tag that contains A but doesn't contain B and doesn't contain C. We want those people to go on to sequence A. And we've got something similar here for B. For sequence B, we want all of the people who have a tag of B to go to B, but we also want to prevent folks who might have A and C. So only the people who have B are going to go here. Only the people that selected C are going to go here. If they selected more than one, we've got a rule down here that allows them to go to the voted more than once. And maybe that's something where you want to be a little more hands-on, give a call and say, hey, I noticed you voted twice, what's going on? Or maybe you want to escalate those because they're interested in multiple products. Those are all ways you can handle this. And you can add all kinds of rules in here to route people in very powerful ways. So the decision diamond is the way that I prefer to do a lot of this automation, so that we can be very clear about where people are and prevent people from being in multiple sequences at once. And that is how to use decision diamonds to run a survey and then run automation based on that. So I hope that that's helpful for you. If, like I said, if you have questions on this, I'd be happy to help. We can get on a quick call. We can take a look at your campaign, take a look at the rules that you're setting up within those decision diamonds. I'm always happy to help. And yeah, best of luck with this one. All right, take care. Bye.